They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. The throw complete to the tight end, Tonyan. Short completion, just 4 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Rodgers to throw. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Running right through him. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal.
To throw is Rodgers. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal will feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Rosas' kick is good. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Oh, the return, Boston Scott.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. Miles Sanders first carry of the game. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Man open, here is Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was pop free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, We keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. The 30. 10, 5, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now a carry for Sanders. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Aaron Sipos on to punt as he'll get this one away now. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That one brought back a few nightmares, because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there, having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes our score 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Here's Hurts to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom picks it. And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, 49 yards. And the Packers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Rosas good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track. When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Tonyan. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Rodgers now to throw. Caught left side by Cobb. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here's Scott to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Aaron Jones as time expires in the first half. And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will extend this big lead. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
And here's Scott to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
They'll run on first down. Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
On first down, Hurts. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 15. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. On the move to his left. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
Yeah, showed it right there, outside of the pocket and on the money. On play action, Rodgers. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And it's complete to Adams. Touchdown! Davante Adams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers are pouring it on. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here's Scott to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Touchdown! Philadelphia! 65 yards. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
But listen, when you got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And the Eagles force the turnover. They take over at the 10. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And, boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 35. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 11 now. Now it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tonyan. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Rodgers now on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. 2nd and 16. Rodgers going to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will extend this big lead.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action with Hurts. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. 2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Throwing is Rodgers. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. It's a big play there for Green Bay. Now Jones. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It certainly has not been the outing that they envisioned on their home turf in the divisional round of the playoffs, and they have been pushed around, and now their backs against the wall. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll run with Sanders. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman, certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll fake the give to Sanders. And now Hurts. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Don't get nervous. Take your 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
He'll drop to throw. That'll be caught by Anderson. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that.
And now here's another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.